My name is Michelle Trotter, and I'm a business development specialist here at Eagle. Did you know that respiratory droplets that are emitted when people talk can linger in the air for minutes? A recent study that was published on May 13th supports the idea that talking can present the risk for exposure of respiratory viruses, including the coronavirus. Dr. David Hussong dives deeper into this study and also tells us exactly how long respiratory droplets can stay in the air.
Coronavirus is typically known as being spread through droplet transmission. It's a very common mode of transmission for respiratory viruses and other infections. The problem with being in close proximity with other people is that people speak, people breathe, and people move. That distributes particles, and sometimes they carry a virus particle that's infectious. It's been generally regarded that the droplets that are generated when people speak are fairly large, about 5 microns or larger. The virus particle is only about 1/10 of a micron. So the larger particles, which are just secretions of mucus, they tend to drop very quickly when they're in the air, unless there's an airborne current to keep them suspended. Smaller particles tend to stay suspended a bit longer. People are asked to wear a face covering during this pandemic. And the face coverings of cloth are pretty effective at stopping larger droplets. A study that was released indicated particles can remain suspended for 8-10 minutes or longer. And that's a real risk issue. But when outside or in a well-ventilated space, you would expect the particles to be swept away. Cloth coverings work, they reduce, they don't eliminate droplets. And being in close proximity increases the risk of keeping the droplets close by. The PPE used in clinical settings are rated to stop 95% of the particles that are generated when they're 3 microns and larger. We don't need to worry that much about particles that are 3 microns and larger. We just have to stop the larger particles and most of them. So a cloth face covering will do that. Some particles are going to get out, but most should be retained. To wear a more restrictive face covering, such as an N99, it will stop 99% of the particles 3 microns or larger. While it's effective, it makes it very difficult to breathe. And the cloth coverings are quite suitable for general activities. You still need to remain careful, stay a decent distance from people and allow the larger particles to drop or be diluted and swept away. When outdoors, there's usually a breeze or a much larger airspace to disperse the particles. Many people, including the more immunocompetent, they can remain infected, they can remain shedding, and they can completely be non-symptomatic. Range from a possibility of someone thinking they only have a little bit of sinus allergy, not realize they have an infection, or they may not think they have any problems at all. So when they go into public, they don't think they're infecting people, but they may. The mask will reduce that distribution of virus, and other people who may be susceptible will be better protected.
Every week we're dedicated to bringing you a new episode to help keep you informed not only about the coronavirus, but other important topics. To make sure that you never miss when a new episode is published, subscribe to our YouTube channel and you will get a notification when a new video is uploaded. If you have any questions or topics that you'd like our scientists to discuss, you can fill out our fact check form on our website.